Hi, and welcome to the Australian Gamer Show. I'm Yug.
I'm Matt.
Tonight we're going to be talking about...
I just realised we didn't actually have a list.
We didn't actually write anything down. I brought up our usual notepad thing to actually what we're going to talk about, and it's blank.
It has an asterisk, which normally implies that options will follow.
But no, we're going to have to make this up on the fly.
We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. One thing we're going to be talking about is a game not being refused classification in Australia when it should be.
We're also going to talk about the listing of game developers according to a Metacritic expert.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Cool.
You stole my phrase, but still.
Metacritic.
Yes. We're going to be talking about Watchmen. It's not really a topic, but yeah, kind of.
I watched The Watchmen. Does everyone say that? They probably do.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
It's a little bit cliched. It's not very gaming related, I know. Can we start with this?
Yeah, go for it. I can't
Matt
stop you.
didn't come to see it because he hadn't read the book.
No, I didn't come to see it because I had shit I needed to do.
And he hadn't read the book.
And apparently I hadn't read the book. Which I, by the way, think that when it's all pretty pictures, it's not a fucking book. And you can call it a graphic novel all you like. It's pretentious. The thing's a comic. That shouldn't necessarily carry any sort of, oh my god, it's awful. I'm just saying it's
How do you define a novel?
Made with words.
Okay, there were words in it.
So, there are words on the back of a Coke bottle.
It was a graphic novel.
It was a comic, just to begin.
It was a graphic novel.
Comic.
Graphic novel. Anyway, I saw the movie. I'm sure a lot of you already have. I can't be asked spoilers or anything like that. Like you've seen it, you've read it, or whatever.
What needs to be said about this beyond I saw it?
You know what? Nothing actually needs to be said, but it's the kind of movie, it's the kind of story, and it's
so
that
you're
kind of
just
thing.
going.
I just want to talk about it.
You're just going for nerd cred.
I am.
You just want everyone to know that you've seen it, so they don't think less of you.
They think less of you because you haven't seen it.
I don't care what they think of me.
Whatever. I thought it was... Anyway, look, I want to talk about the movie. I'm pissed off that you haven't seen it, so I can't talk about it with you. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. I thought there were only a couple of things missing that were left out that I was a bit disappointed about. I don't care about no fucking squid or anything like that, and I thought it was awesome. And there was a sex scene to Hallelujah.
Nice.
Yes, which was really weird. Actually, you know what? That was probably my only...
Jeff Buckley's version?
No,
or the original Leonard Cohen?
No, neither. It was some other version of this guy that actually sounded like he couldn't sing. Yeah,
that'd be Leonard Cohen.
Is it? I don't know.
Possibly. Did it sound really old? Did the guy sound like he had shot himself either just before or just after?
Actually, yeah, it did.
Well, that'd be Leonard Cohen.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And it was a weird choice for and it wasn't like a soft, slow love scene. No, they were fucking.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Like they were really going for it.
An interesting choice of song then.
Yeah,
it's quite
exactly.
Haunting and.
Exactly. It's not the kind of song that you shag to. It's just not.
I like yakety sax for my shagging. And then I chase her around the room. Then she chases me for a while, and
then there's a whole bunch of other naked people.
Yeah, other
dressed
people
up
come
in
and How do naked people come in dressed in costumes? A hat. It's a hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, there are costumes from the waist up.
Right, they're still not naked.
They're pretty much naked.
Bottomless.
That's kind of, if you're going to walk around with no pants, I'd almost say that counts as almost exclusive nakedivity.
There's genitals involved, and I think that counts for a lot.
Anyway, look, the only thing, and you've read the book, so there's no spoilers or anything like that.
And except to the people who haven't.
Don't care. They wouldn't even be listening to this. And if they are, they would have no interest in the Watchmen.
Why is this an assumption that because you've read something or seen something, everyone should have?
This is a video game site. This is a gaming site, a bit nerdy, geeky sort of thing. But
therefore, they must have read this. When was this thing published? It was like in the 80s.
20 years ago or something like that.
So maybe it's just too old for them.
Nope. Look, if you don't want to hear about it, just tune out for the next 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
I recommend that anyway.
Look, the only thing that really got me was, okay, you've just read it recently. Right at the end, Manhattan has a bit of a conversation with Adrian Veidt,
I think.
And he's just like, John, do the right thing, in the end. And John's like, nothing ever ends, sort of thing. It was a nice way for him to sort of leave, and I thought it showed a bit of, humanity to Veidt sort of thing. But that was cut out of the movie. That's it. That's my only complaint. Everything else I thought was awesome.
Okay.
I'm done. Are you happy?
No, not really, because I don't know how to put spoiler tags around this fucking podcast. I've been actually, while you were talking, because I just couldn't be bothered listening, I was pondering that. And I wondered if maybe we should have a spoiler tone of some kind.
So like maybe
Tune in once you hear this tone.
Or like a ding or something like that, yeah. Or maybe we can make this the podcast vibrate or something. Oh no, that doesn't work.
How would, what?
I don't know. I was thinking...
Where were you even thinking?
I was thinking, there's MSN, you can actually vibrate nudge it.
Yeah.
But maybe we could nudge the podcast or... I don't know. I'm
not
sure.
You actually thought that? Part of your brain... No. You can dismiss it and go, well, I wasn't thinking. But part of your brain actually went along those lines for a while.
It's sort of like I was having to talk while think at the same time. I think about something else other than what I was talking about.
Right. So I get the feeling you do that a lot. Talk without thinking.
No. Talk while thinking about something else.
Right.
To limited success. Anyway, look, that's enough Watchmen. Everyone, go. I want to hear about what everyone else thought about it, so that's great.
Yeah, especially people who either have seen the book. What did you?
You've seen the book.
Oh, damn. I meant the comic. Anyone who has read the comic.
Nice. No, man, you're fucked now.
No. Anyone who has read the comic or hasn't, what was your opinion of the movie and was it affected by whether you read it or not?
Because let's be honest, I mean, these kind of threads can actually keep a forum going for years.
Because I will say, one thing I quite liked, I read it last night, as you said, and I read it in one go, which apparently is a bad idea, but...
I think it's a bad idea.
But,
the original thing was brought out, I think, in 6 separate...
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I liked the ambiguity, the moral ambiguity of it. There's too much, goodies about it. But do you know what I thought it was? Do you know what it reminded me tragically of?
Oh, God.
The Tick. I couldn't help thinking of them as characters from The Tick, but played straight.
Is that because Dr. Manhattan was a big blue thing and The Tick is a big blue thing?
No, I don't think it was just that. I think
Okay, hold on. When you're reading the book and Dr. Manhattan's talking, did you have the voice of the Tick in your head?
No, but now I want to. Now I'm going to reread it.
Oh, Jesus, the movie's going to really disappoint you then, man.
Yeah, no, it wasn't anything like that. It was that, I don't know, the people who have no actual powers dressing up childishly to fight crime because they feel some obligation to or some need to.
Yep. It did have Mothman in it, if you look very, very quickly. There was a guy that was dressed up in a moth costume.
Was there?
In the book, yeah.
The moth. He was one of the original guys who went mad,
tragically, there was no Batman Well.
Batman Well was my favourite.
But yeah. Anyway, that's enough of the Watchmen. Let's talk about games, because we're a gaming podcast.
We are, loosely.
I was reading, someone actually, over in the States, some website was saying, these are some great gaming podcasts to listen to. And they listed the Australian Gamer podcast.
I would take issue with that right from the start.
And they said that their great praises of the podcast was, first of all, Yahtzee's on it every so often. So it's kind of makes this list, even though it's a bit niche Australian. And also half the time they don't actually talk about games.
Awesome. Well, we're keeping that.
Yeah, we're working. We're doing well. So
yeah. So what were we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about
Metacritic. I want to talk about that. Now,
can you explain to everyone what a Metacritic is?
This is just a term that I made up while talking to someone.
I think it's great.
I don't know if you're familiar with the term meta, but it means something about something. Right. Metadata, data about data, and so on. Metacognition is a favorite word of mine, which is thinking about thinking.
Right.
Metacritic is basically a website that's pretty popular and is basically an overview of everyone's reviews.
Right. Okay.
But
yeah.
But someone has basically analyzed Metacritic itself to get data out of it, and this guy has actually moved that slightly further down so I could read the guy's name. Self-described Metacritic expert Tim Sweezy.
Oh, that's the most awesome name.
Yeah, over at GameQuarry.com has basically analysed all of
Sweezy.
Has basically analysed all of the Metacritic scores for the major publishers over the since 2000 to 2008, I believe. So I don't think it includes very recent games.
So basically, he's gone through all the Metacritic scores of all the games from 2000 to 2008 and done what?
Well, I believe either they're graded on Metacritic itself, or he's gone basically. 0 to 20 is an F.
Okay, right.
So it's basically A, B, C, D, F, which clearly he couldn't really remember all of the letters.
So he's doing very schoolyard sort of grading.
Yeah,
it's like there's a teacher coming through to all these games saying, well, you just passed this game-making class.
Yeah, so what he's done is he's analysed all the scores, and of all of the titles they've released, how reliable are they?
Yep.
How consistent?
Okay.
Which is interesting because consistently bad is still consistent, so I think he's wrong there.
I get where he's going, though. So
Yeah, he's basically saying good.
So he's put all these scores together, and he's come back with which developers have done the best games over the last...
Yeah.
Or consistently done the best games over the past 8 years.
Yeah, now Rockstar Games came in highest.
Yep.
23 titles. And I think he's given an average as well.
Okay.
Anyway, he gave it a grade score of 19. And of the 23 titles, they've got 6 A's, 10 B's, 4 C's, 3 D's, and no F's.
Okay, see,
so that's pretty good, pretty solid.
I know you're not
B.
You're not going to know this, so you're not going to be able to actually find it out. But does that include things like their recent downloadable content, Lost and Damned?
No, well,
that
would be in 2009 anyway, and this was only 2000 to 2008.
Okay, right. Does this include like Rockstar Presents Table Tennis? The Wii version is pretty different to the 360 or the PS3 version. Would each title be different according to their console? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
So with
I don't know.
You should have researched this.
You should have researched this.
This is your thing.
Your thing.
Don't just say my words and spin them around.
Don't just spin things around and. Yeah, whatever. I'm done with that.
Okay, but so Rockstar Games came number 1. They've done the most of the games they've done. They've scored the highest over.
Yeah, there's like the highest average. I think.
I get that. I can believe that.
Yeah.
But the number 2.
Telltale Games.
Telltale Games.
Who are Telltale Games?
I'm pretty sure they did the Sam and Max.
They've also apparently... Sam is 1, Max is 2, and apparently there have been 23 games.
Telltale Games weren't the ones that did Lego Star Wars, were they?
No, that's Traveller's Tales, which is who I first read that as, and then went, oh, no, wait.
Telltale Games. They tell tales. And
anyway,
put it into games.
No A's, but of their 23 games, they've got 15 B's and 7 C's, so that's a pretty solid result.
It's pretty good. Right.
Third is Blizzard, and I think we can all agree that that's kind of fair enough. I mean, considering that probably includes the StarCraft era,
No, it doesn't. StarCraft was 1997.
97, okay.
Yep, and
but it probably includes some of the expansions.
No, it doesn't. The only expansion was Brood Wars. Brood Wars?
Whatever.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Brood Wars.
Okay.
Which wouldn't have been... No.
But it would include a bunch of Warcraft.
No, it would not. Warcraft 3 was pre-2000.
Really?
Yep.
So what have they released? What 7 games have they released since 2000?
World of Warcraft and its expansions.
Surely that's, at best, 3. Maybe it's before 2000. Maybe
You're really shithouse at this.
I just went by the kind of overview. I didn't actually bother looking into the depth.
If they went all the way back, I mean, what about, like... I wonder how they do if they include things like Rock and Roll Racing or... Like all your old Blizzard titles.
Blackthorn.
That game was cool.
Yeah.
There was something about the way he actually pulled his shotgun out of his back. And you could shoot backwards with the shotgun.
Yeah, that was great.
And you could shoot the prisoners that were actually hanging from the walls.
I know. I remember.
It was awesome.
It was great. I want World of Blackthorn.
They did a
remake. That should be their next MMO.
They did a Blackthorn remake.
Really?
A while ago, yeah.
Oh, they did.
I'm not sure if it was Blizzard or not, but someone did a Blackthorn 2 or a Blackthorn redone, or I can't.
No, I don't think anyone did. I think there were reports it was going to happen and that it was going to be like
you might be right.
Like Bionic Commando, how it got that like 3D
sheen to it sort of thing.
Yeah,
right.
But I remember ever seeing it come out.
Don't get me wrong. The problem with Blackthorn is that once you played the first level, you played the whole fucking game.
Well, I want World of Blackthorn.
Why?
I want an MMO based on the Blackthorn universe because it's such a diverse and varied universe.
No, it's not.
Full of characters and lore.
The only reason people play that is because you can shoot a shotgun backwards while your character doesn't even look.
Yeah, but you could do that in the MMO.
And then what?
Shut up.
I guess the other one is just going down that you've got Microsoft, which is a little surprising. But then again,
actually, Microsoft actually got in there by getting a lot of Bs. They
43 had Bs specifically.
Yeah, they had 110 releases and 43 Bs. So
now I'm a little confused again, and I have a feeling that you're still not going to be able to actually answer this question in any way, shape, or form. But is this publishers or developers? Because Microsoft Games is not just one developer that did 110 games.
Yeah, no, we think it must be stuff. Hang on, it probably
because
actually says
Telltale Games. They're a developer. They're not a publisher. I'm sure of it. So
developers. It says developers.
Well, they must just go all of Microsoft's developers. We're including them in the one. I think that's a little bit shit. Because one of the
but this list says publishers.
Well, this is shit then.
You're shit.
This whole thing is shit. Why did we talk about this?
Because it's interesting. Because it gives us an opportunity to bag publishers.
For example,
developers.
They have at the very bottom they have Ubisoft, and I think that's kind of crap because Ubisoft Montreal does different things to Ubisoft Antarctica, for example. I don't know. I can't remember the other Ubisofts to be completely honest. But I'm just saying, like, some of them do the Prince of Persia games, some of them do the Rayman Raving Rabbit games.
So they're still the same brand. They're
not the same developer. It's not fair.
Well, it's not developer. It says publisher.
Well, that's Telltale Games is a publisher.
Oh yes.
You're absolutely useless. Anyway, look, just going through the list again. You've got Microsoft. Then
let's
Valve,
not go through the list.
Then Stardock, then
Stardock's
Bethesda.
an interesting choice. Apparently they've had 6 releases, but what the hell they are, I have no idea.
Then Nintendo, and then 2D Boy.
Who had 2 releases and
That's
successfully
not fair.
got 2 A's, which is really cheating. There's no regression to me happening.
Then Square Enix. Enix or Unix?
Enix. It's an E.
Okay. Alright. I don't know.
I think they're Japanese, so they have a different E to us.
No, some like Eugene is spelled with an E.
Because it's EU.
Well, Square.
Oh, shut up.
Whatever.
Anyway, there was also the least consistent publishers, which is a bit wrong because it's actually the most consistently bad. But in any case, Ubisoft came once with of their 237 games, 75 of them were an F, 55 were a D. Only 4 A's. That's not.
Ubisoft, Activision, THQ, Dreamcatcher Interactive, Konami, Sega, Namco, Eidos, Majestico, and Strategy First. Who obviously don't actually put strategy first, because if they did, they might do a little bit better.
It's interesting to see Namco in there. I've always thought their games were pretty solid.
Well, apparently not according to the Metacritic.
Apparently not according to Metacritic. Yeah.
Or Metacritic.
I mean, only 11 games in the B category, no A's at all.
Look, I don't mean to be completely dismissive of this, but I'm going to completely dismiss it because I don't think it's fair to show just the publishers. I mean, I want to know how well a developer's actually gone.
You love developers, don't you?
I'm more interested in the developer. Just because they're owned by a publisher doesn't mean that they inherently take the responsibility for all the other developers underneath that publisher.
Whatever.
I am so over this topic now because we have no idea what we're actually talking about. What was the other thing we were going to talk about? Because there is nothing to talk about. You know, we were looking around.
We were. We had to make stuff up.
Actually, Nintendo, for example, are releasing in Japan a new controller type, which is basically the exact same as the old controller type, except it has 2 new shoulder buttons or something.
It's got little spikies on the bottom so you can hold it.
Great.
Yeah, I know. It rocked our world, and we decided not to bother talking about it. Except we did.
Just then.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the other thing?
Well,
this is a bit more close to home.
There's our rating system is shit. I think we all know that.
Yep.
And the incredible inconsistency of it keeps getting repeatedly highlighted by new releases.
I think it
was
it's
Mad
more
World recently that was.
It's more a case that the more and more games that are and aren't let in by the OFLC, the less and less I'm inclined to let them be able to turn around and say, oh, it's not our fault, these laws were put upon us by the Attorney Generals and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, because they are flip-flopping between things. The recent Grand Theft Auto 4 on the PC and the 360, the unedited version coming through on the PC is a good example of that. So
yeah. Also, it is the classification board. There is no OFLC anymore.
Sorry, yep, that's right.
Just correcting you on that. So we don't sound ignorant.
Sure. Wouldn't want that.
No, me is fine. Yeah, you is fine, but
no, you is fine. That's fine.
Whatever. Anyway, there's a particular game called Velvet Assassin that's just been cleared for classification in Australia. It's been given an MA rating.
Hold on, is this the one set in like World War something?
Yeah, it's set in World War II.
Based on a real story or something, or?
And basically what you do, well, I don't think so, because...
And it's this one chick, she's like a sniper sort of thing?
Yeah.
Of some sort. I vaguely remember this from E3, actually.
Essentially, the heroine, Violet Summer.
Yes, it's definitely based on a real story.
Whatever. Can take an action which saves her, gets you into a sort of bullet time, and you end up, for some reason, in a hospital gown, which I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nazis go very slowly, and you can go and hack them up with a knife, and rose petals drift by in a haze.
Yep.
Now, that sounds fair enough. That sounds cool. But what you actually do to engage that mode is shoot up with morphine. The exact reason Fallout 3 was banned in the first place.
I just had a brainwave as to why this was released.
I find that very hard to believe. But
why?
Because it's going to be something stupid. I'll let you go with it.
It's because it doesn't give you health.
No, but it does provide a positive in-game.
Not necessarily. You end up in a hospital gown. That's not positive. Those things are really annoying.
But it clearly is a benefit. The point of the law...
But it doesn't give you health.
Health is not that relevant. Morphine itself doesn't...
It kind of is, because the problem in Fallout was that it's not just a positive effect. It's that it gives you...
No.
It makes you better. It actually does what the effect of morphine kind of does in the real world, which is...
What? Gives you health to your health bar?
Yes.
Thank God you're not a medical practitioner.
I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah, I know, but you're allowed to play devil's advocate. But devil's advocate, no matter whose advocate you currently are, you're still wrong. Other games have been banned for similar reasons, regardless of whether it's morphine specifically. It is the fact that the drug can't have purely positive gameplay interactions. Yeah. There was a sports game, NFL Blitz, I think it was, that was banned for a similar reason. Yeah, and it was because it couldn't have positive benefit.
I think that was actually written in the report actually for Fallout 3, if I remember correctly as well, the one that we published.
Yeah.
Actually said that's why the whole morphine thing was an issue.
Yeah, but now apparently that's okay.
Yeah, man, because she's in a hospital gown. It's slow motion. There's flowers and butterflies.
Yeah,
I made up the butterflies. I just thought that'd be cool.
There's petals.
As well.
That'd be
petals.
Cool. Well, you got petals. You might
as well throw some butterflies in there.
Speaking of petals.
Yes.
And games.
Right. I'm wondering where this is going.
Have you seen Flower yet?
I have not. Have you?
Yeah. I downloaded it. I bought it.
How is it?
Really pretty. Really compared.
Well, it is called fucking Flower. I'd want to think it looks half decent, unless it was called Flower spelled Flour.
Yeah.
In which case, it would kind of be a bit boring.
Did you know Flour, as in Flour, is highly explosive?
Yes, I did.
That's cool.
Did you know you can make fireworks out of sugar?
No.
Yes.
But let's not teach people how to make explosives.
It's all good. Actually, my uncle already put up all these videos and things to show you how to make it.
What, on YouTube or something?
Go to whoosh, WOOO, may have put too much O's in there, sh.com or .net. And there's all this thing about how to make fireworks out of sugar.
Oh my God, we're going to get our listeners' hands blown off.
Anyway, do we have anything more to talk about this particular title? Because
I was talking about Flower, and you talked.
Oh, sorry, that's right, Flower.
We've already moved on.
Go on.
No, I downloaded it, and I've actually, I have actually been quite enjoying it. It's really.
What do you do? I do remember watching a cutscene for that.
You basically have to control a gust of wind flowing over a landscape, and you control it with the 6-axis, and you zoom around. Well, it actually works pretty well with the 6-axis, which is rare.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you sort of zoom around, and as you get to flowers, these like locked up flowers, they open, and as they open, they release petals, and the petals start to follow you, and you build up this like trail of
momentum. Oh, okay. Right.
No, not really momentum. You can kind of move as fast as you like. You can kind of.
So how do you end? How does it end?
Well, I don't know. I haven't finished it yet.
No, but how does a level end?
A level ends when you basically open up all the flowers in that area, and each section goes from being kind of grey and sterile to being green and lush.
Flowery.
Yeah, flowery.
Okay.
It's not exactly Killzone 2, but
no.
you know,
but it's pretty in a different way.
It is pretty, and it's kind of relaxing and chilled and Pretty awesome, actually.
Cool. No, that sounds really cool.
Worth $12 at least.
Okay.
Or 13 or whatever it was.
Hey, actually, do you know what game just became available on the Xbox Live Marketplace?
The Watchmen.
Watchmen. The game.
We were going to use that as an excuse to talk about the Watchmen movie, but you didn't even bother with the excuse.
Well, no, because I haven't played it yet. I was planning on downloading it, but I haven't had my Xbox plugged in because we've got new carpets in where I live, so I just haven't reset everything up. I've had no internet connection at home, so I've just been playing the one of two games that I have. I've got Grand Theft Auto 4, and I've finished Lost and Damned, and the Sega Mega Drive collection, of which I've now finished Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic and Knuckles all over again. They were really quick to play, like each game.
Yeah.
It's what's really weird? I haven't played these games in years, in like fucking ages, right? And I remember when I was a kid and playing them, they were really, really difficult, really hard. I clocked all of them in almost like an hour each, and without too much difficulty. Which I was kind of surprised. I'm just like, wow, am I that good a gamer these days, or am I just used to games being faster? Or
I think you're just used to games more. I think you just adjust really quickly.
I don't know.
And you had kind of a built-up familiarity with the game.
I did, but like Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3, like I didn't finish. I don't think I finished them back in the day. I don't remember the endings and things like that. And it was really, just really weird playing through it and just blitzing it and being, wow. That was a really awesome experience, and I really should have died more. Yeah. No. Anyway, so I had nothing else to.
No, I had no actual response to that. I'm just like, okay.
I guess I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words. I'm just surprised.
You did put it into words. There were many words.
Without sounding like a cock, because I want to say I'm surprised at how good I am at these old games. But that's not. I'm not trying to be egotistical about it.
So you're trying to say how good you are without people realizing that's what you're saying?
Yes.
Interesting. Let's just leave it. We did have one other topic that we were going to talk about.
What?
I can't remember. I thought we did. We normally have a text document we just flick back to and go, so, about that thing, but
let's do a competition.
Really? What's the competition?
The prize is a signed copy of Matt's t-shirt that he's currently wearing.
No, you can't actually get these anymore.
What? Signed copies of that t-shirt?
No, this t-shirt. I like this t-shirt.
Okay, you're going to get whoever wins this competition will get a signed copy of a piece of Matt's clothing.
Okay, I'm kind of down with this. I am okay with this. I'm just wondering, what is this competition?
Look, I thought up the prize. You think it's a competition, man, alright?
No, I'm not really okay with this. Well, look,
this is, you know what? This is going on the video stuff that Kotaku did recently, where they actually gave away, I think, a Killzone pack or whatever for whoever did the best bundle. Killzone video sort of thing. And George's boyfriend Jordan actually did this awesome Killzone sort of live action video, which is posted on the front of the site. So whoever does the best, I don't know, impersonation of Matt.
Oh God, no! Because we're just gonna get people
this is
putting
brilliant.
on glasses and going, "I'm Matt."
Yeah, I'll take that. Whoever does the best impersonation of Matt, whether that
or
be
Yug,
or Yug, whether that be a drawing, a video, some audio thing, or whatever, will get signed copies of our clothing. And I'm not going to tell you which part of our clothing this is.
Okay.
Is this a bit self-indulgent?
Hell yes. I'm down with it. I'm just saying it is.
But yeah, and we'll post the winners on the front of the website.
Yes.
If anyone actually responds to this, I'll be impressed. But we will actually give this stuff away.
And that counts. I'll send this something internationally as well. If you're in Canada and you think it's a good idea, what the hell?
Absolutely. You can open up your package and just take a big whiff of Matt and Yug.
That's disturbing.
I know, it really is, isn't it? I'm sorry.
See,
this is what happens when we run out of topics and things to talk about.
I want a Yakuza 3 PlayStation 3.
It's a good thing Yahtzee's not on this podcast. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd get a lot of people entering.
Yeah, true. And we'd have to include him on the being drawn thing. And then everyone would choose to do something about him, and we wouldn't get any...
We're not bitter or anything.
No.
We do love him.
Well, love is a strong word.
Is there anything else gaming related that we particularly want to talk about, or?
Nah.
No?
There's nothing.
Once again, everyone go to stormrisers.com because I'm on there all the time, and That's what I'm doing. So
do you just use this podcast to pimp your own stuff now?
I don't
Is that
need
what we
to.
do?
It's not really my job to do PR. I do the community, but I like people being there because I'm doing a lot of work there. Like, I'm doing a lot of cool stuff. I want more people to go there I can talk to.
Yeah, whatever.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. All right, cool. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone tuning in. Don't forget, if you're in Brisbane, the Brisbane Gamers Meetup is in a couple of weeks' time. We're doing putt-putt mini-golf.
It's next weekend, isn't it?
Is it?
Like, not the coming weekend, but the one after?
Shit. Yep, you're right. It's on the 15th or 14th or 13th of March. Whichever one of those days is a Saturday.
No, it's definitely on the 15th.
Right.
I don't know.
Go to BrisbaneGamersMeetup.com and check it out. Tell your friends, tell your mum, tell your dog, and tell anyone.
Why would you tell your mum?
Do you know,
are you going to invite her, or are you just letting her know you're
There's
going?
actually a few people that are planning on coming and are dressing up in their best golf. Oh, no, that's the other thing. Sorry.
I'm dressing up in golf stuff, yeah. What?
Whoever, and this is legitimate,
Yeah.
Whoever actually dresses up, oh no, 2 prizes. One is for whoever actually comes dressed up in the best/worst golfing outfit. And the second prize is whoever actually does the best, gets the lowest score over the putt-putt golf.
The actual winner.
The actual winner.
Yeah.
2 prizes. We're going to be giving away the golf club expansion thing for the Nintendo Wii controller.
Sweet.
Thanks to 2K Games, who are sending them to us.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That for a particular game?
They've got a game called Carnival Games, which has mini golf on it.
Right.
So, and these are some peripherals, I guess, for the Wii that actually turn it into a mini golf club.
Nice.
I thought that's entirely appropriate for this meetup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. I look forward to seeing if there's any entries into this bizarre competition, and we'll talk to you next week.
Indeed. I'm terrified, but I'm looking forward to it. See you guys.